Hello everyone, I'm Rohit and this is the day 3 of the flow designer training. In this day we'll talk about that how we can create a flow and that flow can be act like a BR. So first we have a incident, that incident have a multiple task. So what will be happen? Normally we create a BR for this kind of scenario where if the parent incident close, all the child incident can be closed through the BR we normally achieve that. But in today's sessions we'll show you that how you can create a flow and that flow can handle like a beer. So let's go back to our ServiceNow instance and show you that. So if you see that this is my ServiceNow instance and in this ServiceNow instance I created an incident and this is the parent incident and this parent incident have this 6 child incident. So normally what we did actually we created a business rule. That business rule can close all these child incident once the parent incident close, right? So what we did normally we go to the business rule and create a new business rule with the condition like if parent incident or the incident state changes to the close or resolve, at that moment we close all our child incident, right? So all the child details we normally did that, right? So this requirement we can even fulfill through our flow designer. So let's go back to the flow designer and fulfill this requirement. Type that flow designer and open this flow designer module. So as you know that the flow designer works like a workflow. So we can put the condition, the table is the incident, and when this flow will be attached, whenever our incident will be resolved state, at that moment that flow can be attached. So this condition we can apply in our flow. So let's go back to the flow designer one more time. So this is our flow designer screen. Here we can click the create new button and then here we can create a new flow. So let's say that close or resolve child incident. So this is the flow name we have mentioned. Here I'm putting that user who initiated the sessions, or else you can put the system user depending on your use case. I'm not doing anything. I'll click submit button. So it means that the flow is created. Like our workflow, we normally put the trigger condition when the workflow will be attached, right? Similarly, in the flow or maybe in the business, we can mention that when our business rule will be attached condition based, right? So similarly in the trigger condition we can put you know uh, condition. The first condition is that I'm going to select the record and then here I'm going to select that update. So you can like insert or update, you can select like a business rule. Similarly here you can select that update. Now once you select the update, it will ask for that for which table you want to attach this flow. So let's say that our case, our table name is the incident. So we'll select that table name is the incident. Now here we have to be select the filter. What is the filter? So filter is that whenever the incident will be in the resolved state, that is our filter, right? So we'll select the filter is that state, right? And here we can select different things. So let's say that state changes to resolve. So whenever the incident will be updated and then incident state will be changes to resolve, at that moment this flow will be attached, right? And what we are saying that here we have the run trigger. So it will be run once for unique change, only if not currently running anything, or every update. You can depending on situation you can select that. I'm not changing anything, I'll just click done. So it means that our flow will be run or flow will be attached whenever the incident will be updated and then incident state will be resolved. So this is our condition. So that's the first condition. Now we have the flow logic. So here what we are trying to do that. First we'll do that, we'll collect all these child incident, right? So we'll collect all these child incident and we'll resolve all these child incident one by one. So first we need to find out all these child incident. To find out this record, we have lookup records action. So if you click actions and if you go to the ServiceNow core, you will be able to see a few important actions like create record, create task, delete record. So like that, send email. So we have one update records you will be able to see. So to get that, normally we have that get attachment and then we have lookup attachment. So if you search here called lookup, so you can search with the lookup, you will be able to find out the lookup records. If you go to the ServiceNow code, you have a lookup record and then lookup records. So lookup record will return you the only one record, but lookup records will give you the multiple records. So what we are looking for? We are looking for multiple child incident, right? So we are looking for multiple child incidents. Once the parent incident like this incident will be closed, I need to find out all the child incident and set the state equal to resolve, right? So for that, what we'll do, we'll select the lookup records. Once we select the lookup records, we need to define the various information like table. What should be the table of that child record that we are looking for? The table is pretty much simple, that it will be incident table, right? And then once you select that incident table, what will be the filter, right? So what all the filter will be? The filter will be, there is a field called parent incident. The parent incident will be this incident, this current incident, right? So we'll select that filter equal to parent incident is the incident which state will be changes to 6. So we'll click here called toggle button, trigger record, and then parent incident record. So I'm saying that I am looking for incident which is the parent incident is the current incident. That's it, right? And then here we can set the order by A to Z. I'm not doing anything. So I need to find out all these records or all this incident. Once I find out, I need to be updated. So first we need to go through. So if you normally write the code for incident, what we do the while record. Under this while record, we do that gr.next. So similarly here we'll click here and then click flow logic and we'll select the for each. So we'll find out each record one by one and then update there. Okay, so I'll click here and then select lookup records and then incident record. What will be happen? Let's say that I have 10 or 20 incident. So it will go through that one by one each incident and do some action. What action I am going to perform? I want to update their state. So let's say that I will go here and then select the update record. Which record I want to update? The record which will become from this lookup and then for each. So I'll click here pillar and then click the for each and incident record. Okay, so this incident, so first it will find out all this child incident. After that, it will go through all this incident one by one and then I will update that. What will update that? Will update the state equal to the state whichever is going to be set to the parent state. Definitely it's a resolve, so I can do hard coded or anything. So let's say that I am going to hard code that to resolve. Okay, once we update or once we resolve the incident, there are few fields are mandatory. First field is the close resolution code and resolution node. These two fields are mandatory, so we need to be set these two field value also. Let's say that I will set the resolution code. This resolution code, either I can hard code it or I want to update from the parent, or I want to get that value from the parent. How can we get that from the parent? Parent is nothing but this is the record which is the parent record, right? So we can get from there. So we'll click here, trigger record, incident record, and here we can say that resolution node, as well as we are going to update that. So is it updated? Here I'll search with the resolution code. So you can see it's mapped, that resolution code will map with the parent resolution code. Similarly, I will update the resolution node. So resolution node will be mapped with, either you can put hard coded value or else from the parent record we can pick that resolution node and map that. It's done. So it means that what we are doing, we are going to first find out that incident trigger condition is the incident state is changes to 6. It means that whenever the incident will be resolved, then we will find out all this child incident. After finding out all this child incident, we are going through this each and every incident and then updating their incident record. Let's save that and activate this flow. Save and we'll simply click activate. Once we activate that, it means that this flow is activated. And then if we update our incident to resolve state, all these child incident should be resolved, and that should be done by that flow designer, not by business tool or any other. Let's see. Now I'll change this state parent. This is the parent incident, and this is the child. These all are the child incidents. So let's update there, and you can see this child incident state is right now in the new. Okay. So what I'll do, I'll just change their state to resolve and save that. So once we save that, you can see there are mandatory field. So we'll select that. Let's say that known error and then testing, something like that. I'm putting that and save that. So this value and this value should be copied to the child incident also. Let's save that. Once we save that, our flow should be triggered, and then it should go through and update each and every incident state to resolve. You can see all these child incident got resolved. And if I open any of this child incident, these value known error and testing value should be copied from there, our parent incident. So let's see. So known error and then testing value is copied from there. So you can see this is copied from there. So in that case, using this flow mechanism, we don't need to write any single line of code for implementing small or simple logic. We don't need to write any code. So using the flow designer, we can implement our business logic. So that's it for today. In our upcoming video, we'll talk more about the flow designer. Thank you very much. Have a great day.